Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Friday, March 18th, and you can see temperatures in the low 40s across the area. Over the next 5 days, certainly temperatures will be just a few degrees above or below normal. So again, not a whole lot going on. The big weather story is going to be the potential nor'easter that could affect the East Coast with a tremendous amount of snow. Right now it's a close call for the big cities, but certainly in the interior sections, they're going to see around a foot to maybe as much as a foot and a half of snow. And again, this is going to be a storm worth watching as it gathers strength currently down in the Texas area. It'll move along the Gulf Coast and then up the eastern seaboard as it really intensifies once it hits the ocean. Across the Great Lakes this morning, you see temperatures mainly in the 30s across the area, and we've got some clouds and some showers across the central and northern parts of the area. For today, our normal high is 42, the normal low 23. You can see back in 2012, another record high, 73.8 set on this day, and I believe we had 7 record highs for the month of March, including a couple mid to upper 80s, and a month that was almost 19 degrees above normal per day, so an incredible month of March back in 2012. As far as yesterday around the area, you can see highs mainly in the mid-50s across the south, down to the mid-40s once you get into mid-Michigan. And again, just very limited amount of precipitation with a couple areas reporting just a few hundredths of an inch. If we look at the radar this morning, you can see some of the scattered rain or snow showers moving across the area. Again, most of it being around or north of I-96, and that's where we expect any light showers or snow flurries to be through the day. Again, no big deal as we get in through the weekend. Looks pretty nice and dry most of the time, most locations. You can see on satellite, we're going to be watching a lot of moisture gathering up across the southern states here over the next couple of days as that storm begins to develop, and then as it moves up the coast, it'll rapidly intensify. And you can see across the northern states here, our air mass coming out of Canada from around Hudson Bay. You can see the colder cloud tops representing those cooler temperatures. And again, that's where our flow is coming from, so we're not going to warm up anytime soon. As far as if we look at the low-level wind fields across the U.S., you can again see our northerly and northwesterly component of air moving across the Great Lakes, and then you can see the circulation beginning to develop at the surface with our low-pressure system in Texas. Again, it'll slip to the south and then move up to the East Coast as we go through the next several days. On the weather map this morning, you can see a secondary front now coming through the Great Lakes. That's what's touching off some of the scattered activity across lower Michigan. And again, our low pressure system developing in West Texas. By tomorrow morning, that low will be moving across the Gulf states. And again, it'll make the cut to the northeast once it hits the coast. And across the Great Lakes, high pressure and control of our area will bring us mainly dry conditions. Can't totally rule out a light snow flurry here over the weekend from time to time. But again, mainly it'll be dry with at least some sunshine from time to time. As we move in for the day on Sunday, that low pressure system across just offshore of the North Carolina coast, it'll move up towards the Chesapeake Bay and then move up towards Maine. And again, it's going to spread a lot of heavy snow, especially for the interior areas, but certainly areas from D.C., 3 to 6 inches, a half a foot possible in New York, and maybe 6 to 10 inches in Boston. But again, if it tracks further west, the snow will also be west of the big cities, but something they're going to be keeping an eye on very closely over the next few days. And again, for the Great Lakes, just mainly high and dry. If we look at the precipitation over the next 7 days, you can see plenty across the Great Lakes, but that'll be for the system for Tuesday, Wednesday, and then as we get into Friday or Saturday with the next system. And again, heavy rain and precipitation across the Gulf Coast and then up towards the northeast. Much of this will be in the form of snow once you get away from the Atlantic. As far as how much snowfall we can expect across the northeastern U.S., you can see the Clipper system being detected by the Canadian model showing several inches of snow possible. Again, the European and the GFS, which were on board with that Clipper system, not so impressive on the overnight runs, but again, we're quite a few days away and we'll watch that. And again, the big heavy snow along the eastern seaboard into New England could be the big weather story here over the next 4 or 5 days. Here's our forecast. Looks like times of clouds and sun. More, I think, in a way of clouds to the north, more sunshine to the south. We'll have a high in the low 40s across mid-Michigan down to into the upper 40s once you get down towards southern and southeast lower Michigan. Then for tonight, it'll become partly cloudy with lows in the mid-20s in most areas. And then for tomorrow, looks like plenty of sunshine. And then we'll see some afternoon increasing clouds with that system towards the south. But again, it'll be dry with highs mainly in the upper 30s to low 40s. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, and 73s to all.